Hi everyone, this is Abraham Solomon. Hope everybody is safe. Today I'm having another recipe. I'm gonna be actually making Lagemate. That's the name, Lagemate. We call it back in Khartoum, Sudan, we call it Lagemate. It's more like timbet, like the donut timbets, but it's not very hard. It's very soft, and so the recipe is we need 3 cups of water, and then we need 1.5 tablespoon of dry yeast, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. I use sea salt. The oil, I use extra virgin oil, olive oil, but I use it later on. And then we need the all-purpose flour. We need sugar, but this honey and the other kind of sugar, we're gonna use it right at the end of this recipe. This is the fine sugar. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get a warm water, 3 cups warm water. And then we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoon of dry yeast. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of sugar. It's an option, but it's always good. Once you put it in a nice warm, not hot, warm water, leave it for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, just use this to stir it up nicely. Stir up the water and make sure that everything is mixed up. Okay, so the yeast really mixed nicely with the water. We have 3 cups here. Okay, we're supposed to have 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar if you want. But I forgot I put the salt here. It's okay anyway. Now, the next step is what you want to do is, okay, you want to mix the yeast with this 1.5 cup of flour. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this whisking things, and I will mix it up. Okay, so make sure you mix it all properly. As you can see, you're mixing up everything. The reason I used 1.5 cup of flour, and I used 3 cups of water, warm water with the yeast, because I want really to mix the yeast, the liquid with the flour very well with the yeast like that. I don't want to fill up so much of water, too much of flour. So once you're sure that everything is mixed up nicely, as you can see, so it's really mixed now all together. So then now your next step would be, let me just do a little more. There you go. It becomes like a pancake mix. So your next step will be, okay, you just need to put this away. And then you wanted to add another 1.5 cups of flour. Usually, I'm very generous. This is 1 cup, and then this is another 1/2 cup. There's another 1/2 cup. Okay, this time I will use my hand and I will do the mixing. So you just keep doing that. and you just keep mixing with your hand. Now, when you do this mixing, because I chose only 3 cups, sometimes you might actually, based on this, the thickness of this dough, you might need to put some more water. And I think what I decided to do is I think I'm gonna put a little bit. So now I should have said that you want to prepare a little more water, you know. So what you do is, so you add just a little bit, you know, and you just keep mixing, little bit. I know that I said 3 cups, but then after the 3 cups, when you do the mixing, you really want to feel the dough that it's supposed to give you, the the kind of dough that we are looking. We are not looking for something very thick. So you just keep mixing. You just keep mixing. You just keep mixing. Okay, so when you do this, this is what we want. You see how this, we don't want it to be very watery, but we also don't want it to be very thick. So I've done the mixing with my hand, and this is the dough now. So this, as you can see here, you have to leave it for 20 minutes. It should actually rise big time. It will be almost double the size. Okay, we left this actually for 20 minutes, and it, as you can see, doubled the size. Really gone way up. So I'm going to open this now, and I'm still gonna try to use this because it's very, you know, it's not very thick. So I will mix it really nicely. So now that's it. The next step is to use a spoon. I do that. Okay, I use a spoon, and then something like this, and then I drop it into the oil, you know, slowly, and I have to do that one by one. So I'm going to show you now. Okay, so I'm frying now the Lagemate. I already put a few there, and seems like they're turning really nice, as you can see here. So very nice ones, as you can see. So what I actually, because this is a very primitive way to really, you need a really nice good pan, lots of oils, but so anyway, so basically what I do is I do this and I just dump it here. One, make like 4 at a time. And then Sometimes if they are big, I make three, but I think I can put another one. So I go like that. They're really looking beautiful. Nice brown. All right, guys, I'm done. This is the Lagemate and the dough that you saw. This is what I got from it. Really nice pieces of. Now you can have this by itself like that with nothing, or you can have it with honey or with sugar. That I'm using. I can use two kind of sugar. So the one that we use for the cock, just put a little bit, and you just do that. You know, as you can see, I guess you don't have to do to all the places, right? So that's one option. And really it looks very nice. If I bring the camera very close by, as you can see, it looks very nice. Now, or you could use a little bit of regular sugar and you spread things. Or you bring honey. Here's the honey. And what you do is you take some like that, okay? And you just spread the honey, you know? So basically, the pieces, they're going to look like this. This is the pieces. They look really very delicious. And that's it. That's the end of my Lagemate. Please, if you like it, I appreciate it. If you can click on like at the end of the video, it will be nice. So anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and you have a good day, good evening, and so on.